Since it received its red badge in August of 1997, people have referred to this car as sleek, fast, stable. An executive once even referred to it as the forbidden fruit, while others simply refer to it as, well, yeah. Now, believe them as I do, I still am dying to know why. The Civic Type R's 5th generation is, well, winged to say the very least. It's got edges and curves and cuts and lines. So many lines, in fact, this thing could make Tony Montana look sober. It's dressed in flamboyance, for a lack of a better term, but at the heart of it is a no-nonsense athlete. So it begs you to ask, does it really need all that flamboyance? Here, let me show you. The honored red badge and the all-LED affair up front is surrounded by ducts, cuts, and a chin. Now, not everything allows for air to go inside, such as these honeycomb grills up front. Only the right side has a small opening to let air in. Now, these guys create so much downforce that these slats were added so that the air could escape, hence combating that downforce. Oh, and the scoop on the aluminum hood, that too. Most might think that that's for the turbo. Not exactly. It's more for cooling purposes, where the air is channeled through and out the sides of the car. Up front is where you will find the air for the engine, and down below that is for the intercooler. The faux carbon fiber trim continues down the side with cuts that can be found on the door. There are panels found above the wheel wells which add to its already wide stance, which complement very well the 20-inch wider than an elephant's butt tires. Yep, 245/30s can be found all around the car with Brembo brakes to boot. Oh, and cheap thrill. Capless fuel system. What? Your car doesn't have a capless fuel system? Where do I even begin? There's so much. You've got vortex generators found on top. Not one, but two spoilers. Wing tips on either sides, just like the Honda Jet. You've got more honeycomb panels in the back, more faux carbon fiber trim, a rear diffuser, 3 exhausts, and a partridge in a pear tree. Whew. Now, most of these bits do work, but they only do start working at 200 kilometers per hour and above. So essentially, it's like a 7-footer that can't sink a free throw. Sayang. Ooh, a selling point for the Type R. Not like it needs help selling itself, but there is 414 liters of cargo space that can be found with the rear seats up. Speed shopping. Ah, that could be a thing. You'll thank me later. Comfortable, low, and spacious. That's my normal driving position. That's Vincent's normal seating position. And as you can tell, got a lot of leg room and headroom. Not bad for a hot hatch. Must be said that there are absolutely no toys back here. Only 2 speakers that can be found on the door and trippy red seat belts. Oh, must be said that there is no seat belt for the 5th passenger, which means, sorry bro, you can't come. The cluster and infotainment system are much like those found on normal Civics, save maybe the air controls, which are now tactile knobs. The blower is still in the infotainment system, which doubles as the reverse camera. Of course there's a reverse camera. What are we, animals? Anyway, there are red accents found all around the cars, sports seats, suede center armrest, and a titanium shift knob, which is awesome! When you start her up, you expect a loud boom or a gurgling at least from something that pushes out 310 metric horses, but there's none. So it makes you think that maybe the exhaust was a bad idea. Maybe they should have stuck with 2 exhausts, or maybe one massive one. But maybe that was what they wanted. Maybe they wanted quiet. But if they did want quiet, then why the Lily Savage getup? Could it be because of the badge that we can find on the car? Okay, so not the greatest of segues, but there it is. close the door, find a bit of road that you can play on, switch it from its default sport into R mode, and this monster picks up immediately. Once you get past the 2,500 RPMs, the 400 Newton meters of torque are let loose and you are in for a ride. Imagine yourself to be the security guard at a brand new mall that's going on sale with 400 people just outside waiting to get in. Once the clock strikes 10 a.m., hang on to those doors. Woo! The 6-speed gearbox is a joy. The short travel into every gear and plus the rev match that catches you as you downshift, man, it really makes you feel like you're a better driver or a smoother driver than you actually are. There is a comfort mode that you can select, which can absorb bumps in the city within reason. But don't naman expect it to have the same comfort as your average Civic or your City. I mean, this car, yes, this particular car, made it around Nurburgring in 7 minutes 43 seconds and change, making it the fastest front-wheel drive road production car ever to do so. For those that want to know, the Type R is capable of over 8 kilometers per liter in the city. Now, if that's a main concern of yours, then this car might not really be for you. But you're not alone, because the sad reality is this car might not actually be for everyone, even for those that can afford it. When Honda Cars Philippines brought in the Type R late last year, it was up for grabs at 2,980,000 Philippine pesos. Now, the price really wasn't the problem with this car. The problem is that they only brought in 100 units, which sold out in 48 hours. Word of the next batch? None yet. Heps! Huli sa balita, we can confirm that there is a second batch of Honda Type Rs that are on their way to the country. When exactly? Not sure, but they are on their way. So if I were you, rush to the closest Honda dealership and put down a reservation for one, because those things will sell like hotcakes. And now, back to me. So flamboyant as you may think, this thing could dress in drag, do the hula, and you'd still want to be inside it. It is one sweet drive. Chong, tignan mo to. Yung serial number nitong kotse na to, 00000, which means that this car essentially doesn't exist. So if it doesn't exist, they can't miss it, right? So why don't we just take this guy home and not tell anyone?
Laika oh!
Dude.
Si Caco!
Chucho ka talaga. Chucho ka talaga, pare. Hati naman